What's something people say is good but is actually terrible?
The skating rink at Rockefeller Center in New York City. In movies, it looks like this amazing big rink with romantic couples skating around that iconic statue thing. When you go there, the thing is the size of tennis court. So disappointing.
New Year's Eve in Times Square.
Sex on the beach, sand getting everywhere.
Work as hard as you can. Always give 100%. For God's sake, relax a little.
Therapy apps, BetterHelp, etc. I see tons of ads for them, and a bunch of companies have been adding them to their benefits packages like an employee wellness thing. They sound great on paper. Meanwhile, everyone I've ever talked to in person who has used those apps, whether as a therapist or a client, has had an awful experience. Edit. To address some of the comments, I don't think app-based therapy is inherently bad or anything, and I definitely understand the benefits in terms of expanding access for people who might not otherwise have access to traditional therapy for one reason or another. The horror stories I've heard generally have more to do with privacy issues, unqualified therapists giving bad/dangerous advice, pay/hours, things like that.
Relationship advice on Reddit.
Mardi Gras in downtown New Orleans. It smells. Everything is expensive. It's crowded. And your shoes will be covered in ant vomit.
Clean beauty, give me my preservatives. I'm not trying to throw my expensive serum out after a month or apply mold to my face.
The old days.
Malort, why yes, I am from Chicago. How did you know?
Shower sex.
Getting drunk until you black out.
Turning the bass all the way up.
Crumble.
Drake's music.
Going to your in-laws for Christmas Eve with the rest of their family that don't talk to you. Directly so you just sit there awkwardly quiet and listen until it's time to go home. It's good, but it's not.
Authoritarianism. There has never been any such thing as a benevolent dictator. Power corrupts. And absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Getting up early. It can lead to good things if you're lucky enough to be a morning person. But honestly is terrible.
Realism and superhero movies.
Christmas, don't get me wrong, it's nice, as long as you spend it with the right people.
Gross.
Two-party system.
Putting ranch on everything. I've literally seen places get negative reviews, especially in Texas, for committing the crime of not providing ranch when nothing on their menu would actually be any good with ranch. Listen, I get being obsessed with a sauce. I've had obsessions. But just eat stuff that actually calls for ranch. Then, don't just try to literally put it on everything and then act like it's the other stuff's fault. It's not good with ranch.
Lying on the beach. It is nice if you swim and read for a bit. I find it boring. Parties.
Reddit.
Deleted.
Very strict religion.
Marvel movies.
Kale.
Taste of cum.
Social media.
Hard work is rewarded.
It's all part of God's plan. That fucker has some explaining to do.
Vaping.
Mild winters.
Tonic water.
Anal.
95% of the advice on Reddit